everybody. Welcome to another week of Case Files with Kat
and Ashley
and Sarah.
Woo! Yes.
Oh, what a journey this has been so far.
She just means today.
Yeah.
I mean
the past 20 minutes. Yeah. And the 149 other episodes.
Yeah. Those two?
Those two.
Yes. Well, everybody, we've got quite the episode, but we've actually haven't been in the same room recording an episode in 2 years.
Like 2.5 years.
But yeah, almost. Yeah, February of 2020.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I was here for the 2-year anniversary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
insane.
So excited to be here.
Well, we're so excited to have you. And today we have listener stories and awesome things, but we have to start out the way that we always start out with, what are you drinking today? Hey.
Okay.
Oh dang.
Ashley. Oh, that was Kat, not Ashley. Sorry.
I just automatically get blamed for shit.
Automatically.
I am drinking. What? Yeah, I'm gonna already start off mispronouncing words. So you're welcome, Glenn. Wasatch. What? How do you say it?
Wasatch.
That's what I was.
Who cares? It's some brewery, and it's blueberry Hefeweizen, and it's actually really good. It's a Hefeweizen that was brewed with the natural blueberry flavor. It's really good. It's actually from Salt Lake City, which is near my mother. And I've got a bunch of stories from her tonight, so that's kind of perfect. And it was established in 1986, as was I. So, this beer is just all the way around. I like it says, we drink our share and sell the rest. What a great slogan for a brewery.
Oh, that is good.
I really think it's Wasatch Brewery. I don't know how to say it.
Wasatch.
Wow.
Oh, God.
It's unfiltered. And
don't
it's really
add
good.
us. Don't add us.
Don't pay attention to us.
Everyone that listens knows that I cannot pronounce words. So
even easy ones. So
yes. Yeah. Thanks, Sarah. I'm so glad you're here today.
Thrilled to be here. It's been like probably the funnest 30 minutes that I've had in a long time. So anyways, I'm drinking my standard White Claws, lemon.
I got mango because, it's, the thing. I got mango for you. I was like, I'm ready for some. Everybody loves mango.
Well, I, pre-gamed a little at home. So not a lot, just a little.
Never would have guessed.
So anyways, I know.
We pre-gamed also.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Kat?
Kat, what are you drinking? You have quite an array of things over there.
I also pre-gamed, but we're trying this new one. It's called Founders. The art is awesome, and it says,
I love it.
It's called Four Giants and the Haze of Destiny. You kind of have to say it like that, right?
See, I'm gonna look at the can.
Of course, she's at brewery with easy names.
Four Giants Founders.
It's a double IPA, y'all. It's a double IPA.
So the artwork is really
super,
cool.
Yeah, super cool.
It makes you want to say it like Four Giants in the Haze of Destiny. Yeah, so you have to say it like that.
Definitely.
And then the second one is the Crush City Mango IPA from Buffalo Pipe.
Wonderful. And an empty mango White Claw.
Dun, 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 dun. Pre-gaming. So what's new with you, Sarah?
Godly. Well, in the past 2.5 years, I've been... No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Not much. I mean, same old, same old. I'm glad I still get to see you guys. And I think I was on the show a time or two during virtual recording. But I'm excited to be back.
We were drinking. We don't remember.
Same.
Heavily drinking.
And in between the shows, like drinking consistently day to day.
Awesome.
What about you guys?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. I know, like traumatic things
drinking,
like working 9 to 5.
Doing the stuff.
Yeah.
Sweating.
Recording episodes. No. Researching.
Yes. Oh yeah. The preparation for this show is
So I went
wondering when the FBI is going to show up at my house. New day.
So I went to the doctor yesterday and I got my blood drawn, and the phlebotomist.
Mhm.
Hey, said it right.
Yeah.
The phlebotomist and we got into talking, and I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? Is there such thing as a blood mist?
Oh, yeah, because that was traumatizing to
don't know,
learn
this
about.
last episode.
Traumatizing. And
Yes.
so she was like, I'm sorry, what? And then the other...
Dialing the police.
So the other phlebotomist, said it right again,
Uh-huh.
she was like, oh, this was not how I saw today going, and I was like, well, I have a true crime podcast, and one of the stories that we did last week was about this heroin addict.
Mm-hmm.
And so the one phlebotomist goes, I won't even put heroin in my search in the Google search, because she's like, I don't want someone to find that later and go,
Meanwhile,
oh, God.
Kat and Ashley search.
I didn't search for heroin. I did not look to see if blood mist was real. It was
No, but think of what you have
honey,
searched for. It's
a lot
far
worse
worse.
than blood mist and heroin.
I was like, honey, I hope that no one dies in my family.
Or, yeah, like, yeah,
Because
any
will
neighbor
be-
comes missing or anything like that.
I was like, you two.
But did they
not-
answer
Yeah,
the
did they
question?
say we're-
They've never heard of it.
Okay.
Okay, well, these investigators in Houston have. Okay.
So they were talking about, well, I guess if you didn't have the tourniquet on tight enough, or it was on too tight, and blah blah.
of course,
and
they're
I was
very
like,
technical.
oh yeah, it went. Well, never mind.
You're
Never
like,
mind.
no, I just needed to know, would it be a mist or no mist? Yeah, like.
It's a yes or no question,
Right.
Karen.
Yes. Don't get all technical.
So this week we are going to do some listener stories, but before we start, we wanted to just say a huge thank you to all of you listeners. And Ashley wanted to give us some amazing stats.
Yes. So since we have started recording on our own, we're gonna not count season 1, because that is not even published anymore.
Which RIP to season 1. I personally loved it because I feel like that's how you got to know your quirkiness.
So we still have those episodes that we will send to people if they want them, but we unpublished them because we had so many people who just listened to that and then never listened to
Yeah, no, I
anything
get
else.
it.
Because it was the ads and all that kinds of
Right.
But hey, for the survey, do y'all want us to redo season 1 episodes?
Yeah, we can totally re-record them. If you are unfamiliar with our season 1, we started out on a radio show locally, and it had ads and like a lot of background noise, which is why we have removed the episodes.
The background noise different from
The other background noise that you still currently
different.
hear.
Different
It
background.
was drunk men. It's
Yes.
way different. It was way different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So since we have been recording on our own, we've had 44,200 downloads.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that nuts?
On Apple, we've had 1,200 listeners and 21,700 plays.
Oh my gosh. That's huge.
To me, that it like blows my mind. Oh my God.
On Google Podcasts, we've had 44,000 minutes played.
What?
We're up to, I don't know the total subscribers. It doesn't say the total for whatever reason, but we've had 9 new ones in the last month alone.
Oh my gosh.
And on Spotify,
Who are you? I must
Show
know.
yourself.
on Spotify, we have 2,000 listeners, 4,900 streams.
Oh my goodness. This is shocking.
I mean, well, thanks.
Thanks for the confidence, Sarah. Appreciate it.
I'm here
It
to
was
keep
not
you
as
humble.
shocking to us.
I apologize. I came out a little wrong. Okay.
Anyway,
I'm shocked in such a great,
we're just
amazing...
gonna edit Sarah out of this whole episode.
Where she's
The
knocking us down
wizard
a
is
peg.
gonna-
She's knocking us down a
The
peg.
wizard is going to edit me out.
Yes,
He's not a fucking
not a fucking
wizard.
but I'm sure you can figure out how to edit
I bet he
Sarah
would get me out real quick.
But in the last 90 days alone, we've had 4,130 listens. So we cannot tell you
my
how
gosh.
appreciative we are.
That is so amazing.
And yes.
Dude, those stats, I love it whenever you've like mentioned the other countries and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we were looking at something the other day, and I can try and pull it up, but it was telling us our rank as far as podcast goes in like other countries, like on their list
Oh, wow.
of like podcast.
What if
and
y'all were translated another?
Well, we ranked 13, wasn't it 13? Or we're in the top 10% of true crime podcasts.
Oh my gosh. That's so
that's a lot of podcasts.
I know it is.
It's really insane.
Yeah. And so let me see, let me pull this one up. In India, we're number 61.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
hey,
I don't know.
Hey, India.
Yeah.
Holler at you. Holler at your girl.
Mexico, we're 196 for true crime.
Mira no más.
I don't know out of how many. Okay, it could be like 197, but we're 196. We're not the last. Philippines, we're number 37. Sarah, would you get out of here?
But I'm like a little like,
Poland, we're number 68.
Having,
oh my God, that's so cool.
Being of Mexican descent, I would hope that my Mexicanos would be a little bit like, come on.
Well, you need to translate.
So
that's true.
So that's for Apple Podcasts in those countries. So on Apple Podcasts in those countries, that's the position we are for true crime. And then for Spotify, it only shows me Guatemala for some reason, but we're number 79.
That is so cool, though.
That's so weird.
And maybe like,
what are we in the UK where Glenn is?
It doesn't have it listed.
Aww.
You have to purchase a paid plan.
Okay.
To see all the countries.
Oh,
so
I'm
cheap and I'm just reading you the free ones. Okay.
Kat's like, here's my credit card. Ashley's like, no, ma'am.
It's like $60 a month, but if you would like to subscribe, we certainly can.
Do they have a free month trial? Like, get the info.
I'm sure everyone would love to sit here and listen to us read every country around the planet. But
isn't it Patreon? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, we might need to set that up. Yes. And so when we open up our new bank account with Home Bank,
Paid sponsorship by. No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding.
You can be our first paid sponsor.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to know the top episodes, I could tell you that too. Did we want to include season 1?
No, because the number one show is the very first episode. And everybody was like, these girls are crazy. And they stopped listening.
They're like, that's enough.
Okay. So our top episodes, not including season 1, if anyone would like to go find.
Yeah, see, like I've always just listened per week because I'm, OG.
Season 4, episode 16, Disturbing Case of Angela Simpson.
Do you remember her? She was the one that was like super calm going, oh yeah, I like tortured this poor man for...
and then at the end she's like, did you get that? Are you still recording?
She like became TikTok famous. That little,
that's how I found her.
Yes.
Because I was so disturbed people were using that.
Oh, I know.
Season 2.
Although some of them were kind of funny.
Yeah. Season 2, episode 20 was a repeat of another episode, which was the Toy Box Killer.
Oh, God.
Season 2, episode 3, the kidnapping of J.C. Dugard.
Okay.
Season 2, episode 9, the Ken and Barbie Killers.
Oh.
Season 4, episode 6, the bizarre case of the Trump family. That's the one where the whole family just went insane.
I still think of that sometimes. It's so bizarre to me.
And then
they were in Australia, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Season 4, episode 1, the Toolbox Killer. So I did Toy Box and she did Toolbox, and they were both so
awful.
Those two guys were just the worst. God.
Yeah. But we actually had a lot of our season 4 episodes were in the top. Like, I mean, I could keep going. But most of the top episodes were our season 4. So we don't know why you guys liked us so much more in season 4, but thank you.
But thank you. We love you.
We love you.
Okay.
Please keep listening. Don't stop.
Listen to Sarah and y'all keep listening. Try to keep y'all humble.
Any other stats you guys want?
I
got them all.
So one of the things that we wanted to make sure to do in this episode was to highlight the listener stories. And before we get started, this is like, I actually wanted to play this at the beginning of the episode, in the middle of the episode, and at the end of the episode, because it's just my favorite. It's my favorite thing. I'm going to play you the voicemail first, and then I will read you the message after.
Happy 150th episode to you. Happy 150th episode to you. Happy 150th episode, Kat and Ashley. Happy 150th episode to you.
It's so cute. It makes me want to yell, yay, at the end of it. Like, it is
Because
so adorable.
we know who it is. That is the one, the only Glenn from the UK.
Yes, to answer your question, 4% of our listeners come from the UK.
Only 4%.
Oh.
Glenn.
80% are from here, 4% are from UK, 4% are from Canada. And then it just goes down from
What's
there.
up, Canada?
Anyways, continue
Okay.
talking about who Glenn is because we love Glenn. Yay!
We love Glenn.
Yay, we love Glenn. He is training for a marathon. Don't understand that kind of.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
Healthy
thought
life.
I thought he like drank ciders and went to the pub all the time. Like,
Listen, I think that was his excuse to get out of doing this show with us, but
oh,
Glenn.
yeah, he's like,
kidding, we
sorry,
love you."
ladies. You know,
Sorry.
health and
the
fitness.
song is so much.
I know, I
mean,
love it.
You
I
can
love it.
sing one. You got pipe.
Yes,
Yep.
but please read his message
Okay,
because I
so
feel like
I-
Sarah's going to love it.
He says, happy 150th episode, you two. I tried everything to get you a voice message, but still can't get the website to work. Must be a technical problem I'm having on the Isle of Wit. Said how Ashley would pronounce it. I was going to sing you happy birthday, but happy 150th episode instead. But hopefully by your 200th and 300th, I'll be able to. Just want to say congratulations on the best true crime podcast that's out there and for making me laugh so much. Happy 150th and looking forward to the next 150 and more. Cheers, you, Kat and Ashley.
Aw, I love that.
I do too.
Didn't
I
you say
love it
something
so
about
much.
his singing ability was about as good as I could pronounce words?
As you can hear, my singing is as good as Ashley's pronunciation.
Hilarious, Glenn.
So funny.
Hilarious. You guys are so funny.
But he sang really good.
He did. I loved it. I
Yes.
truly love
so
it.
that
Me
means your
too.
pronunciation
Pronunciation
is
aren't that bad.
so good.
So good. Man, I took like a truth serum or something before coming today.
Okay, that's
It's okay. I'm
good.
keeping notes over here. Everything that's said about me.
Y'all, this is my last time ever joining them on the show, which I think I've honestly said every time I've been on here that y'all aren't going to have me back.
All right, so
Just FYI.
just FYI, she's got the Steve Buscemi with the lipstick, and she's crossing out the hit list. That's what she's got going on over there.
Where's my
Okay.
knife? Clean my fingernails with my little pocket knife. You know what they do in the movies.
Okay, I'll straighten up, guys. I'll straighten up.
We have the giggles.
Yes.
We've
Oh gosh,
got
yes.
the giggles. Okay, so Sarah, it's up. You're up.
Okay.
You're up. So we have mentioned your crazy ass
Yes.
story, and I did a horrible job. But I was like, Jesus.
I know.
this
Whenever I
girl-
heard you talking about it, I was like, no,
No.
it wasn't. But you were close.
It was so close.
I was like, but it doesn't sound as creepy as it was.
So
Oh, no,
I'm-
it was insanely creepy. I don't know what you're talking about.
but
okay,
when I
so-
told it wasn't as creepy. That's what she said.
yeah, like,
I thought you were
yeah.
saying your experience wasn't.
So
No,
everybody.
Okay,
like,
so
Sarah.
here we go. We're going to talk about Charles, who has been mentioned on the show previously. So this started back a while ago. And it's so funny because whenever it kind of all happened, I literally happened to have lunch with y'all like the next day after like one of the big creepy things happened. But quite a while ago, God, maybe 6 months ago, in the middle of the night, Justin and I are asleep. I'm talking like 3 or 4 in the morning. My touching the
Do you,
thing.
do you
sorry.
see why we
I know,
say
I know.
sorry?
Now
Because you can
And
hear it and they
probably
can't.
nobody
Yeah.
couldn't. Okay,
All right.
sorry. I touched the cord. I apologize. So, in the middle of the night, my phone, which was right beside the bed, was on the charger and started playing like 7:40 a.m. radio off of the iHeartRadio app in the middle of the night. And when I tell you I didn't even realize I had the app for it to play, like I know at some point I'd obviously downloaded it or whatnot, but it just started playing talk radio in the middle of the night. And I remember waking up thinking it was Justin's police radio, because there's times like he'd leave it on and all of a sudden something would come through. he's waking me up like, what the hell is that sound? I was like, I don't know. The last thing I thought, honestly, was that I was going to be on my phone. So I like pick up my phone and I was like, what on earth? So I like close it out and go back to bed, right? Don't really think much of it. And the next morning, Justin's like, what the hell was on your phone last night? I was like, oh my God, that's right. It was the iHeartRadio app. So the next couple days, it would pop up on my screen, like whenever your phone's locked, like it would have, oh my God. I don't need to touch things or move.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
We're a very professional podcast here, Sarah. And you were really just
I know, I'm here
down.
just crashing it, humbling y'all and making it worse myself. But anyways, the banner, like the badge kept popping up. So finally I deleted the app and really didn't think much of it. Again, never happened again. So fast forward maybe a month or two, in the middle of the night, like at 3:00, I'm sorry. I had gotten up around midnight, went to go get a drink of water in the kitchen, get back in bed. And I knew like there were no lights on. There was nothing on. Get back in bed. And at like 2:00 that night, the TV came on in the living room, just came on, totally came on. And I had not heard it, but Justin gets up really early for work. Oh, we need to scream. So I had not heard it, but when I wake up, Justin calls me and he's like, hey, did you turn on the TV last night? Did you get up? And I was like, no, I got up to get some water, but at midnight. And he was like, well, when I got up at 5 this morning, the TV was on. I was like, oh, that's weird. Again, kind of isolated. We didn't think much of it. The next night at 4 a.m, the TV comes on and I heard it. And I like, yes, Kevin, I tell Justin, I'm like, the TV's on again. And I don't want to say he was scared, but I know he was not scared. Like to go check on it. I would have
already moved out after
I know,
the first
right?
incident,
Well,
so.
the first one, it was kind of like we weren't sure if maybe Shire had gotten up or something like that. You know, you always try to rationalize the things, right?
Yeah.
Well, the second night I was like, there's no rationalizing this. We have a ghost. And jokingly, I think it was the more, I know, rational. We have a ghost.
Definitely only explanation.
I think it was the first day the TV came on when I hadn't really remembered. Our dog Birdie was barking at nothing. And the boys were like, oh my God, Birdie, like, shut up. I was like, I know. She's always barking at nothing. And Shire was like, oh, I bet it's a ghost. And to keep it like lighthearted, I was like, yeah, let's name him Charles. So we name him Charles. And then the next day was when the TV happened for the second time. And I remember thinking like, shit, we shouldn't have named him. Like we shouldn't have acknowledged anything. So then Justin does a deep dive into the whole TV thing because he has to have a rational reasoning for it. And he finds something online that says the TV needed to be replugged in, that the connection was coming loose.
What does that? How does that turn your TV on or
and
off?
how does that put it onto a channel you guys never
watch? I know. It was, I don't know. But I almost feel like we did our research, we acknowledged it and fixed it. And the TV never happened again. Okay. So moving on to next creepy thing.
Hold on, but you called your neighbors at this point.
Oh yeah, no, I had asked everybody. I was thinking of like the remote connection. Like my neighbors work out in their garage, and it was like maybe they use their remote, and it worked into ours, and they were like, "No, we have not done that." Like
remote.
I know I said that weird. It was their remote, and it was not the case. But so then move on to
But did their TV turn on too?
No, she said her TV was on and she wasn't sure if they left it on or not.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But then all of our lights in different rooms were flickering and whatnot. And at this point, I'm like, haha, okay, Charles. Like,
y'all who watch Stranger Things know that's some shit right there.
No.
Oh my God. So it's funny you say that because I just finished Stranger Things like half a week ago. And every time, like when they were
walking
looking
around,
for him,
looking for
I have
Vecna,
heebie-jeebies thinking of it now because the lights were flickering.
That's some shit right there.
And I have a new light thing, like as of yesterday, so I'll get to that.
Oh,
so then,
burn it down.
What was it? What was the next thing? Okay, we had a friend's son staying the night, so the boys were upstairs. We had, I think, my neighbors and Ashley were over. And the boys were upstairs, had gone to bed. It was getting kind of late. And we hear what sounds like a dish, like settle.
Dishes do not settle.
I know.
Sarah.
I know.
I need you to know how much Kat talks about
This-
She has asked everyone if dishes settle.
No, okay, so-
your dishes settle.
This is literally asked everybody.
No, I know they don't settle. It's what it sounded like. Like two, I shouldn't say dishes settling. It sounded like two plates touching. Okay. So Ashley, my Ashley is standing in the kitchen and she's like, hell no, I'm leaving.
because
And
she
not
loves
normal.
Halloween.
I know,
so
and
you know
she
it had
loves
to be like freaky.
creepy ghost stuff, right? So it's like, I don't
the
think
two Ashleys are like best.
I know they want to
to
be all like Ouija boards and stuff, and no, thank you. So I hear the sound too, and I was like, okay, hold on. I had just pulled out like a centerpiece. I was like, it had broke. I said, let's see if that makes the sound. Thinking that's what anyways, it did not make the sound, and that's when she was like, peace out. I am out of here. Well, as she's going to leave, our friend's son comes walking down the stairs, and it startled everyone. Like, you cannot believe in ghosts, but when he came walking down those stairs, we all were kind of like, holy shit. So he was like, could someone tuck me in or something? We're like, yeah, we'll tuck you in. So Ashley and the neighbors leave. I'm like giving them I'm giving them the stink eye, like, don't you say a word about a ghost, because this kid isn't going to be able to sleep, right? For good reason. Okay. So I go up, I tuck him in, tell him, call me if you need me, anything like that. So I walk downstairs, go straight into my closet, and I start changing for bed. Well, my closet is under the stairs. So I'm in there changing, and I hear footsteps on the stairs. That is I hear it 100 times a day between the kids going up and down, right? It's very distinct sound. So I peek around the corner and I'm like, hey, Justin, I think so-and-so's coming down the stairs. Will you go check on him? I don't want him to walk in, because we were like getting ready for bed, right? So he goes up. I'm finished getting ready and I get in bed, and he's like, no, he's sound asleep. He's sound asleep upstairs.
burn it down.
I was like, are you sure?
Never going to her house
I
again.
know, right? I know, it's creepy, right? So then I'm trying to rationalize. I'm like, there has to be something that I'm in my closet. So I'm like touching things, like seeing if anything's like swings, a hanger or something to mimic the sound. Could not figure it out. Isn't that creepy? The stairs, that really creeped me out. And I remember getting in bed and being like, Justin, like, Charles is up to something, and he's all annoyed, like, because he's like, it's not
named him.
I know. Isn't that ironic though? Like, we jokingly, like, Birdie
Maybe he
barked.
doesn't like the name.
I know.
Just change his name.
Chuck. I don't know. Whatever they prefer. I don't know. Martha. Oh, that makes me think of it like
I
a
mean,
mean person. I don't know.
why?
Oh,
No.
well, I hope no one named Martha listens to our show, Sarah. Thanks.
Well, like a mean ghost. I don't know. Anyways, a few other things have happened. Like, lights are a big thing. Lights happen a lot. I do feel like I'm missing one.
Isn't this a new house? Like, wasn't it?
It
built?
is.
Hell no.
But I live near.
Fuck it. No.
You
I live
live
near the killing fields.
I would simply burn it down.
Well,
And the
it's a
neighbors just
lovely
be sure.
home.
It's a lovely home with a ghost that's getting more aggressive as time goes on.
That's kind of our only one.
It's a lovely home where the lights flicker and the plates settle
so
and
the lights.
footsteps happen.
Hold on.
Yes.
The housing market is horrible.
It's horrible.
So
Well, then
she.
sell it and get something else.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I
It's
can't find
horrible.
anything.
You can't sell it and get anything even remotely
Yes.
close. Yes, I get it.
So, anyways, stuff kind of died off, or maybe we stopped paying attention or whatever. Birdie does still bark at all sorts of random stuff. But yesterday, the night, okay, so what's today? Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Monday night, we had that same friend stay the night with the boys or whatnot. And we turned off, like in our foyer, we have a big light up there that we always keep on. Like, I don't know the last time it's been turned off. So we turned it off because he was sleeping up in the game room that's open. Turned it off. Last night, we go to turn it back on. And when I tell you it is haywire, like, it's a circle dish type thing, and it has 3 light bulbs. And when I tell you, the 3 of them were just like from Stranger Things, like that whole, how are the 3 not connect? Like it's on one switch, right? The 3 of them were all going
Have
different.
you tried a light bright?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
I have one, but it's battery powered. Is that the same? Yeah, it's still light.
I'm just saying.
have
You might
one
get a
that's not.
message.
I don't know that I want to do that, y'all.
I
That
can bring the
gives me
Ouija board
heebie-jeebies.
over.
No.
Bring one of those like fly catcher lights and just see. Oh my God.
Ew, what if it's the upside down? What if it's the cat?
Not.
Ew. But bless his heart, right? Like, Vecna.
No.
I feel like he wasn't.
You say that
always
now
bad.
until a portal opens up in your house.
know. I'll be like, that damn Vecna.
So these lights are
killed
freaking
all
out.
those children. He
I
killed.
know.
Like,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, I really hope everyone's watched Stranger Things by now. We're going to get some really hate comments.
Spoiler alert. Okay, Wizard Jason, take that out.
Wizard Jason. I'm sure he's going to love hearing
He's-
that the whole episode.
You shall not pass.
You shall not be on the show again, Sarah. So really, that was last night with the lights is the last time something weird has
He knew
happened.
you were going to be talking about him.
But then, I know, right? But then Justin, whenever I say something like, because I always give him the look like, that was Charles. Yeah, like that just happened with Charles. And he kind of rolled his eyes. He's like, we turned it off. And I'm like, and then you turn it off. We never turn it off. I feel like we pissed him off. So I'm just going to stay the night here tonight, guys. How I told Justin I was coming home after the show. Maybe not. Slumber parties. So Charles is alive and well, or unalive and well at me house.
Well,
Yeah. Isn't that creepy though? Like creepy stuff. Like 1-2 thing you try to rationalize and then they just kind of kept happening.
Well, I mean, burn it down is all.
I know.
is
And I
all we
always
can
have
say.
said that. I've always been like, nope, burn that shit down. But when it's your own, it's kind of not like really responsible.
I don't know. Do you guys have insurance? Just blame Charles.
Well, this is
Now that there's
I was like, now that there's a recording, Lord forbid my house be burned down.
so
Delete that too, Jason.
Just delete the whole episode, Jason.
Wizard. So, going into the housing issue,
Yeah.
one of our listeners, Anna in Oregon, she sent us a story. And so I wanted to make sure to share that with you as well. Lights are included.
Oh, okay.
So as you saw on my post, we moved. So I just wanted to share with you what happened the second night we were at our new house. So
I'm
right
already
off the
creeped
bat,
out. Yeah,
right
I'm
off the
already
bat,
creeped out.
because we would say burn the shit down, and then we're like, it's your second night.
I know.
You girls were the first people I thought of that would appreciate this. So here's Anna's
Love it.
story. So we saged the house the first night. All good. Then the next day, I was setting up the wine bar. It has lights and they start flashing. All of them. On, off, several times. So I'm scared. I turn it off. Yikes, terrifying. This happened like 3 times. Then that night, as I was prepping my husband for the story, like, okay, you can't say the G word or the D word. Can't say ghosts, can't say demon.
Oh, but you said okay.
Okay, but
Yeah,
this
I
is
know.
what she said
Yes,
to him.
no, I know. Okay.
People may not know what I'm talking about.
No, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of G and D words. Yes.
Don't say those words inside this house, is what she said. Learn that from y'all. So from
Oh my
us-
God. And I didn't even pay attention
Yeah.
to that.
All right.
Then
He
I
goes,
named them.
what ghost? What demon?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
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 Oh my
Good
God.
job.
Men, right?
Good job.
Am I right? Men, they ruin everything. Jeez Louise.
Well, luckily for
Okay,
us,
well,
most
now
of our
they're
listeners
doomed.
are female, so.
They're doomed. So, okay.
Oh my
keep
God,
going.
Anna. Okay, so she goes, OMG, Ray. She's so mad. I lit my protection candle. and made him sage the house again. My mother-in-law joked that spirit was in the electrical outlet, that I might need an exorcist electrician. Now I'm thinking she's right. Later that week, the light above the wine cabinet burned out. Bum, bum, bum. So have a laugh and freak out with me. I'm done with whatever's happening in the house and living with it. But definitely not turning the wine cabinet lights back on.
Oh, I don't blame her.
No, girl.
Yeah, that
No,
just
girl.
put a little piece of tape over that light switch. That's out of order.
You do not need to highlight those wine bottles. You don't. Oh,
Nope.
so we just laughed. And yeah, so
Okay, so
loved her
she's-
story. Thank you,
Okay,
Anna.
yes, thank you, Anna. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you haven't had more than
Well,
that.
we
Knock on
actually
wood.
haven't heard from her since she sent that to
No.
us.
We actually were like, hey, is there any update? And so that was our big, like, seriously, is there any update?
No, like seriously, are you good?
Like, are you still
good?
alive? Like, what?
So she
still alive in
said,
your house?
sometimes my charger light blinks at night on and off, which in itself is freaky, but in the middle of the night,
Yeah,
But-
extra creep.
but
creep
ideal. And then, because I was like, can we tell the story? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. Have fun with it. Go ahead. So thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Anna.
Yes. So I have one from Deanne.
Okay.
So it wasn't actually Deanne, it was her son. So her son is he films
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
And so
So is he a cameraman? Is he a...
sure. He's a camera wizard. I don't know if he's still currently
Technical words and all.
Listen, he filmed shit. Is that good enough? Okay.
Similar
Moving
to
on.
those called cameramen.
Moving on. I'm sorry if I offended any cameramen out there. But anyways, Deanne's son and his friends were filming.
Cinematographer.
Are you done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're filming at the Yorktown Memorial Hospital on Halloween. Now, Yorktown is known it's in Yorktown, first of all, just to be clear. It's in Yorktown, Texas. And it is known to be haunted. It's like an attraction. Like you can go and do tours and stuff now. But it was at one time a real hospital. I'll talk about that in a minute. But so when Cameron, which was her son, came out, he had and she sent pictures. There's pictures and there was a whole news article written about it. He had grab marks and he had like marks all over his arm. Okay. They looked like handprints. So the story was published online on the news for Santa Fe or San Antonio. She sent me the article and pictures, so I will make sure to post those. And he posted a ton of pictures on his Instagram. So it's not like just something he said and there's no evidence.
Yeah.
So while he was there, they were interviewing Stephanie Mayfield, and she was quoted saying, right here, they start touching me. They start talking to me. And at the time of the interview, she had only worked there a few months. Yes, Kevin, but admitted it was frightening. She says, it terrifies me, she said. I don't think they're mad. I think they're upset. I think they're really sad. She said the hospital was built by a Catholic group, by the Roman Catholics in 1950, and was closed in 1986 after thousands of deaths happened here.
Oh my gosh.
Unexplained. Stephanie would later go on to say that everything in here is original. It's from the 50s. They lost a lot of patients.
They did weird shit in the 50s.
There was 2,000 patients they lost in 38 years. She pointed at splatters of blood that were noticeable on the basement walls. That's all blood spatter all the way up.
Oh my God. Blood mist.
Yeah. Hospital visitors have seen dark figures. They've heard screams. They've been touched by spirits. So during their tour, their camera audio recorded a sound that they say it has never made before, ever. Never made it since, never made it before. Cameron, which again is Deanne's son, he said he felt something grab him. And when they got out of the tour, that's when he looked at his arm and he said he could, like, it was like marks. Like, I mean, these are like definitely visible marks, not like faint marks.
Oh my God. Heebie-jeeb. What year did this happen? Oh my God, Louie just touched me. And
I
that
don't know
gave me
the
a
year
heart
that
attack.
they were filming there. It wasn't that long ago because she just told us about it like maybe a couple years ago.
That is terrifying.
Yeah. It closed in 1986 though.
Right. Okay.
But can you go there on
Yeah,
a
you just-
tour.
yeah.
So they
now?
were there for like Halloween doing like a spooky thing.
And he actually experienced something else, but I didn't get that story. She's going to send it so we can post it. But
Oh my God, that's
yes,
so creepy. And what that lady said,
Yeah.
Stephanie or whatever.
so
This here is where they start
so
grabbing people.
at one point,
Ew,
the
you
hospital was named. It was in 2022, in February of 2022. It was named the most haunted place on earth.
What?
2022.
And yes, this year in 2022, it was named by, it said, it was actually named the most haunted place on earth by The Sun, which is a UK publisher.
Oh my gosh.
It says it's complete with long, narrow hallways, sickly green walls, 2,000 deaths. It's a hospital as a hub for paranormal activity. It is open for the public and even overnight investigations if you're brave enough to visit.
Nope.
80
That's
miles.
a big no.
It's 80 miles southeast of San Antonio. The town it's actually in has a population of a couple thousand. It's not a very big town. But they say the town in general, it's pretty creepy. Like the hospital is, yeah.
No, that sounds
It looks
absolutely
creepy.
terrifying. I would never, ever go there willingly.
It was decommissioned entirely in 1992 and it's just been left to like rot since. They haven't done anything in it. It's been on the Ghost Adventures.
Oh my gosh. Is that the pictures
Yeah.
of like the
yeah,
place?
I'll post them. Yeah.
No, thank you.
But there's like overgrown landscaping on the outside. It's like they've got a very eerie looking chapel that's attached to it. It says there's everything's been left in place basically. So they
and that
haven't
always
left
is
anything.
so alarming to me because like, no matter what year it was, like the things in there cost money. You know what I mean? Like can be sold or moved or whatnot.
When I say nothing's been removed, the patient's fully decorated rooms are still in place.
Oh, that's so creepy.
So like you can see the actual beds they slept in, rocking chairs, pictures, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that's creepy. I love Louis, by the way. Louis here.
Yes, he came out for this one.
He's so
Yeah,
cute.
but yeah, it says that visitors have heard disembodied voices,
No,
sounds
thank
of
you.
wheelchairs creaking down.
No.
Yeah, so they filmed that and they have it recorded. And like I said, there was a news article about it and he has a bunch of pictures that he took. And so I'll post the pictures to our Facebook when we post the episode. And I'll post pictures from the hospital itself.
Oh my gosh. Well, geez Louise, that is terrifying.
Oh my God. I totally want to go there though.
Ew, no.
Dan did say at some point we should all go on a girls trip to haunted places. So.
Girls trip.
Well, we can start at my house.
Or not. I almost would rather choose the hospital.
We're going to burn it down. Okay, so this story comes from one of my employees. So comes from
Super
John.
excited to
I
hear
know. This is really good. So
And we love John. He's so great.
he is. He's so great.
He's like a Renaissance man over there.
He is. He's a chef. He's a little bit. He's a chef. Right. Okay. All right. So he says, when I lived in the UK, we rented a small stone cottage connected to the church rectory in the little village of a church.
That's the name of the village, a church.
How it's spelled. A church. All together, though. All smushed together.
All together now. Ask Glenn if that is how you say it.
I'm sure he will let us know right away as soon as he hears
church.
it's
a church. But how else would you say it?
I don't
Well,
know.
how else would you say Island of Wight? It looks like white. They should have spelt it better. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Glenn.
no, isn't it Isle of Wight?
It is. It's how do you spell light?
It looks like wit. Okay,
Whatever. How do you spell light?
You can spell it Lite.
I mean, touche.
Nobody spells light.
Anyway,
I think Miller Lite does.
Okay.
Lots of people do.
That's in Texas. Okay. So
Miller Lite is spelled that way.
Listen, it was the Island of Wit, and that's that. I don't care
And
what they call
that is
it.
that.
That's what I
Bless
call
your
it.
heart, Ashley. I probably would have said it that way too.
Thank you, Sarah.
church.
You're welcome back on the show.
Okay, so
She's talking about a church, not
he
Isle
lived.
of-
No,
Isle of
no.
Wight.
I would say that
Okay,
too.
all right,
yes.
okay, all right.
Okay, Glenn, correct us, please. A church.
She's dying right now. All right. So about 10 feet from the cottages, I can't read this thing. About 10 feet from the cottage's front door sits the entryway to St. John the Baptist Church. This church was established in the 13th century. The rectory, fairly new by British standards, was built in the 17th century. It's a strange feeling knowing that your living room is older than the United States.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And see, I couldn't live there knowing that. That's instantly haunted, I feel like.
Everything is haunted. Everything.
Yeah.
As you walked in the front door to the cottage, there was a staircase directly in front of you, and on the left was a doorway to the living room, and to the right was a doorway to the kitchen. The stone exterior wall to the living room was essentially the interior wall to the church cemetery.
Oh, no.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Many strange things would happen around the cottage, like pictures falling off the walls. I burn it. I mean, that's it. That would. Pictures falling off the walls, and one night.
Kevin, I think is
Oh no!
This is too much for me.
And one night, my sister had a terrifying sleep paralysis nightmare where she could see someone or something standing in the room watching her. A few nights after her nightmare, I was downstairs in the living room when I suddenly heard the squeak of the squeaky stair about halfway up the staircase. This one stair would only squeak if something or someone over 100 pounds walked on it. A few moments later, I heard the loose floor tile in the kitchen go clink. A moment later, I heard the creaky doorknob from the kitchen door leading out to the backyard. When I went to see who was still awake, I found the back door slightly open and everyone else was asleep.
I'd have had a heart attack.
Did he come instantly home to the United States that day? That is utterly terrifying.
That's a
and
whole lot
Ashley
of
kind of
nope.
moved
I'm so
her
sorry.
headphones, and I thought it was a door creaking and thought I was
my
about
glasses,
to die.
the headphones really hurt. So
No,
I move them sometimes.
Well,
I'm sorry.
It's not that you moved them; it's that I heard it, thinking it was a squeaky door, and I really thought it was going to attack.
That was good.
That's a whole lot of nope.
That is a whole lot. Like that is actually terrifying.
I don't know what I would have done if I found the door to the cemetery open.
I don't think I would have made it to ever even attempt to live there if there was a cemetery
That's
nearby.
very true. Very
Much less, sharing a
Down. You're a
heebie-jeebies.
So, even though we didn't get the full story, I will say one of our listeners told us that they actually stayed at the Hotel Morgan that we talked about in one of the episodes, and she is not necessarily a believer in the paranormal stuff, but she said you could feel the energy. She had a lot of paranormal experiences there. She was staying there for a work conference, and
but she's not a believer.
She didn't realize that it was haunted. Like someone else booked it, and she didn't know that, and so she.
Well, yeah, what a
ton of
nice work like setup. Like whoever organized that is not a nice person.
So yeah, but her work, it was a work thing that had been booked at the Hotel Morgan, and she was just terrified. So I just thought I would add that in there because it was a story we actually covered. But my mom is what I want to talk about. She lives in Tooele, Utah, and it is one of the just everything is haunted there. Like that's where that Asylum 49 is that we talked about before. But she sent me a couple of stories because her house was haunted, and the apartment complex she lives in right now is known. It's one of the most haunted places.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So.
And she
loves that kind of stuff.
I was going to say, does she put that in her search criteria?
I don't think she put it in. I don't think you can move anywhere there and it not be haunted.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. And just to throw this in there, my brother works the graveyard shift at the cemetery. He's the security guard. And he
No,
said-
thank you.
He says he likes it because he doesn't have to deal with people. And I'm like, oh, you got to deal with like spirits. And
Yeah, and I much rather. I don't
he loves
know.
it
That's
though.
That's a valid point.
He loves working in the graveyard at the graveyards. I was like,
Have
I didn't
you
know people
seen-
still do that, but all right.
I know, me neither. Well, I guess if they're really haunted and people break in, have you all seen like where people drive their Teslas into cemeteries?
For what purpose?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, so like on the Teslas, they have like, have you all ever been in one?
No.
Like there's a huge screen, like almost like the size of your computer screen. That's like,
Yeah.
because you know their battery card, like it's all this electronic thing. Okay. So they show you, the Tesla screen will show you the perimeter of your car, and it'll show you when like there's people, like to not hit people. Like, oh, there's
Yeah.
a person, you're in a parking lot, and it'll show like a figure of a person. This became a big thing on TikTok. I'll have to find them and share it with you. But people started driving into cemeteries at night, and there's nobody around, but on the Tesla screen, it'll show bodies, like figures.
No, ma'am. So
I'll have to find it.
No, I don't.
If anybody knows what I'm talking about,
horrifying.
Yeah.
I would not do that.
it's quite
What if
creepy.
they attach to your car? Anyways, I
Right. Like, what if you see him get in your car? No, absolutely. It's terrifying.
Okay, so these are the ones my mom sent me. So it says there was a lady who died in the corner house of where she originally lived, and her name was Florence, and her favorite perfume was like this rose kind of perfume, and she loved to bake and stuff. And when I was actually visiting, okay, she had just recently died. We were walking to the asylum, and you could smell roses in the air when you passed her house.
Oh,
I asked what the smell was. I did not know anything about this, and my mom was like, "Oh, that's Florence.
It's her perfume.
But she loved to bake,
don't
and so
like
my
that.
mom says like you can still often smell cookies baking. You can hear the commotion of pots and pans in the house. You can smell the roses.
I mean, those are pleasant things.
Yes. But she said, so the house they lived in was a 200-year-old house. The first week they lived there, Rick, which was my stepfather, was out of town. My mom says, I went to bed and really had trouble sleeping. I rolled over and I saw this little boy staring at me. He was dressed in shorts held up by suspenders, boots, white shirt, and a brown vest.
No.
He also had on a brown derby hat.
No.
I often saw him peeking around the corner even after that.
No.
She said there was also an older spirit there that was in her house.
Mega chilly bumps.
Yeah, there was there was the lady that died in the house that would the pots and pans and the smelling of cookies was the ghost that lived in the house. So like they would hear pots and pans in the house they were living in. They would smell the cookies in the house they were cooking in.
Again, cookies not unpleasant.
Yeah, but in your own house when you're not the one baking them, I don't know.
I mean, I rather smell the pleasant smell of vanilla and baking cookies than, footsteps and lights and TVs turning on.
So
And plates settling.
well, according to her, they had pots and pans settling commotions as this ghost baked in their kitchen. So the cemetery is right across the street from where she currently lives. Buried there's a young boy named Ryan, and she sent me his tombstone. So I'll post that as well. But it says, Ryan talks to me all the time. I visit him frequently. He told me that he died because he got ran over by a car.
Oh my gosh.
He also told me he liked to go fishing and searching for bears. He said he loves to talk to me. And a matter of fact, my husband didn't believe me that the child talked to me until he Googled the child's name and found out how he died. His ball rolled out into the road, and when he ran out to get it, he got ran over by a truck. I still go visit his like she goes out and visits his
That's so
tombstone.
sad.
She went and took a picture for us of the tombstone.
Oh, and that's kind of scary too.
But in the apartment complex she lives in, she says on the bottom floor, you can still feel like the presence of people and all kinds of stuff, like spirits, and pretty much everywhere where she lives is super haunted.
So
That's
a no for me, dog.
I know. Not the big no.
I mean, my grandfather, she feels like my grandfather's there. He moves their keys all the time, like probably pranks on. He was a big prankster, so he still does that. Like, I mean, spirits just seem to follow her everywhere she goes.
Wow. Okay, so you had stories though
Yes.
of where of
So I
not
so-
that same house, but
Right.
somewhere else your mom lived.
well, no, where I
you
lived
lived.
when I lived on the farm, they had this picture on the wall, and it was of an Indian. And some days,
An indigenous American?
yeah, I'm sorry. Some days he had a teardrop. Some days the painting did not have a teardrop. And I mean like a drawn.
What the fuck?
And I distinctly remember that because I was like always like, maybe it's because I'm a kid and I'm just imagining. But then I saw the painting when I was older and it did not have a teardrop, but it distinctly would have a teardrop when I was a kid on and off. It was in the hallway leading up
really
to my room.
unnerving.
And yeah. Oh, that was that house. But
Jesus.
then true crime wise, the next paranormal story and the true crime story happened at the same place. So my grandparents had these friends called the Boswells, and they had a restaurant in North Carolina. The house itself was super haunted. Like they had candles on all the tables and they'd blow them out at the end of the night, and they would get phone calls that all of the candles were on. They would go back up there. Nobody would be there. One time the owner, my mom and grandma were sitting at a table, and the owner was like, "What is Ashley doing here?" My mom's like, "Ashley's not here." And they saw like a little ghost-like figure run away. And it turns out there was a little girl that died in the house because she had fallen down the staircase. So like the motion sensor lights would go on and off upstairs. You would hear things falling all the time upstairs. There was an old man that died there that you would see his hat come on and off the hook sometimes.
Oh my gosh. Why did so many people die there?
I don't know if they all died there, but that's where they resided. It was very creepy.
But you said it was an old house?
Yeah, we would eat there quite a bit, and things were always happening. And then one time when I was like 9, my grandmother and I were outside. She went to smoke a cigarette, and they had a wraparound porch like a lot of the older homes do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the side, and there was this man, and he was looking. He was like pointing, and it was freaking me out. So I went back to tell my grandma, and another man was like robbing her. Like they held us at gunpoint.
Oh, real people.
Real people.
Okay, sorry. I thought you saw like
I saw him,
Okay.
and he was pointing, and I was like, I didn't understand. And when I went back, the other man was robbing my grandmother.
Oh my
and I
God.
remember crying so much. And I was literally crying because, not that they robbed us, but because they took my milk. And I was like literally crying. And so they brought me more milk and stuff, but that was really terrifying.
Yes.
And then I had this Charlie Chaplin doll that belonged to my mother.
I don't even like to hear about this damn doll.
So it would sit on my
Creeps me out.
would sit on my counter. Like
I've
on
heard
the
this
thing.
story. I am
And
not a fan.
There
Like
was-
of how creepy it is. Like how creepy the story
There
is.
was a friend that stayed with me in North Carolina, and she claimed it moved. I was like, no, you're just scared. You're like a little kid. You know, not that I was.
You're so immature.
But then when I moved to Charleston, I had another person who had never heard this story, never seen this doll, tell me the same thing. And that doll would move from room to room sometimes. And I was the only one that slept upstairs. I don't know where that doll is now. I don't care. I never want to see it again. I hope it's burning somewhere in hell. I really don't ever want to see it again. But
Who's moving the tape? Who's making that noise?
what? I'm not even moving. Anyways, this is the last thing, and then I'm
stressed
done.
out.
This is the last thing. So when my cousin and I were little, we were at her house. We were on the porch. We were like 9 or 10. All of our grandmothers were outside smoking, playing card games, and we saw this little saucer thing like floating next, and we were like, "What is that?" And they kept trying to tell us it was a weather thing, but we literally saw it go through the fence. And when we went back inside in her dollhouse, all of the lights in her dollhouse were lit up, and we had never done that. We never touched it because it was like an old dollhouse, and we would get in trouble. But it was like this little, like so little, and it was just floating. And I swear to God, I don't know what we really saw, what really happened, but that was such a vivid thing, and both of us saw that, and we saw it go through the fence. And when we went inside, all the lights in that dollhouse were on. It was the creepiest fucking thing, and I never went back to her house until I was like super older, like late teens.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
But those are my stories.
That's weird.
That's some fucked up shit. That's you.
That's not me.
It better be you,
'Cause there's
Ashley.
somebody
God,
it has to be.
the table.
I'm not even touching the table.
We're all
It's you hitting
scared
the
as shit.
bottom of the table.
I haven't
Is it
moved.
really-
My feet aren't even near the
I'm not-
table.
I am
You're the only
stressing.
one
I'm not
talking,
touching
though.
anything.
My feet aren't anywhere near the table.
It's not your feet. I think it's your knees or something.
My knees aren't touching the table. I don't know what to
not.
tell you.
I'm gonna cry.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
We're all scared.
I'm scared.
My knees aren't touching the table. My boobs are touching the table.
That
but
might
like,
be it.
But
That
I
might
just
be it.
did it. But like that
That
was the
might be
first
it.
time.
That might
Anyways,
be it.
tell your story. Go.
Her boobs,
Go.
her boobs are touching the table.
I'm freaking out.
Okay, so that's it for our stories for
Oh,
tonight.
you're not gonna tell your story.
I don't have. I mean,
Anyhow, okay.
we have there's a time limit to these things.
I mean, it's
that's okay, but I want to make sure that we let our listeners know what we have coming up.
We're gonna start sending out newsletters. So if you go to our website, catandashley.com, you can subscribe, and we'll send out when we have new episodes. Like we'll send out announcements. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll get a special voicemail from us occasionally. Just like little things that are going on with us.
Love
So you
that.
got to sign up on our website though. So we have your email, or you can just send us your email. But it'd be easier if you go to our website, Cat and Ashley, KAT.
KATandashley.com. And obviously you can follow us on all the, we're on
Yes.
all the things, like us, review us. It matters. All that stuff really does
Yes.
help other people find us, obviously, because now we have listeners in all these
Like all over the
all these-
world.
And we
crazy
need you
countries.
to replace the bad reviews that only listen to stupid season 1.
Yes, I might go make. I think I made a review a long time ago.
Yeah,
I will.
You got to do it on each platform, Sarah.
Okay, I need to go reread my. I do not know what that sound is, and I'm not
it is
kidding.
coming from
I'm not
over
that
there.
I'm not touching it.
When I say
You're the
I
only
am
one
stressed
moving.
out, I
She's
am
the
really
only
stressed.
one
I'm not
moving.
moving.
Okay,
Moving.
I'm gonna make a new. I'm gonna make a
She
new
brought Charles
review,
with her.
and I'm leaving them here. Okay. Anyways, I'm
Anyways,
going to
please-
make a new review, and it's going to say season 1 is gone, and now you need to listen to the rest.
Okay, well, we love that, and we love you guys, and just follow us, love us,
Love
review
that
us.
for you.
I love that. I love that journey. I love that journey for you.
I keep getting yelled at, so I'm just ready for this
She's
shit
so
to be over.
dismissive. She's like,
Because
okay, I love that,
keep
Sarah.
getting yelled at, and I'm just ready to go.
Okay. Me too. I want to leave while it's still daylight. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to be here.
I've never been yelled at so much in my life.
I'm sorry. I
That's
feel like
a
I really
lie.
brought chaos today. Okay. I would love to hear the pre-recording of today's show, honestly.
And I would. We have one more voicemail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we do. We have one more voice. How could I forget?
Hey, Cat and Ashley. This is Sid. I love you guys so much. The show is awesome. And, of course, I'm going to keep tuning in for more case files.
I love her
Sid,
sound
we
effects.
love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you for always listening and being a true fan.
Yes.
Just love you.
You can still leave us voicemails at any time on our website. The little icon's in the corner.
I'm going to leave voicemails for every week, so you have to play me every week.
Okay, that's great, Sarah. All right, so that's the end of the episode.
All right, so check in with us next week when we're like back to normal.
I know, when chaotic Sarah's not here anymore. I want to know the ratings of this show.
I will get those to you right away, Sarah.
Ashley will gladly show that they tank when I'm on the show.
10 listens. One person listened 100%, and it was you.
One listen in the area.
All right. You know what? Whatever.
We love you guys.
Love
We
you
love you
guys.
guys.
Thanks for having me.
And we love you, Sarah.
Yes.
And thanks for joining
Yes.
us.
Ashley agrees.
Yes,
that
I
she
said
loves-
yes. I said we love you. We as a plural word.
Okay, sorry. Okay. I'm needy.
You're welcome back anytime,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
We cannot wait to have you again.
Thanks. It'll be another 2.5 years. Okay, bye.
This may be the most listened to episode. And
It
we
could
have to
be.
keep coming back.
I'm really curious to hear what Jason does with the episode.
I can't even breathe. Okay,
Okay.
hold on.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for listening, for being with us this 150 episodes. It's amazing. And we really hope that you continue to listen because we love making these episodes for you. We love learning that all of you are listening. That's just the craziest thing to us. So thank you for listening. Thank you, Sarah, for being here.
Congratulations, y'all.
Thank you. And we are going to see you next week. So tune in, make sure to review, to like, to follow, and please share with your friends. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.